story to be like widely spread to really know what's going on in Syria. You have some 1,000 killed, so more than 1,000 people killed 2 days of clashes in Syria. So a lot of people were killed last weekend. I'm gonna read about it. I have specific pictures, Spaceship of King Anu. I'm very sad for the killings in Syria. More than 1,000 people killed in 2 days of clashes in Syria war monitored as about 745 civilians among these killed fighting Latakia, twin security force and fighters loyal to former President Assad. More than 1,000 people killed, including 745 civilians killed 2 days clashes between Syrian forces and Assad forces. They are fighting still, you see, dragging people. And a lot of videos are very, very terrible, actually. And so the Islamist authorities, they are trying to kill off Assad, the loyalists, to crush the rebellion. Syrian government called for reinforcements. Thousands of fighters converging on Syria's coast. So they attacked the coast, Syrian coast, and they took it, and 1,000 were killed. So here's the guy. Syrian government said individual actions. Syrian president said expected national. Syrian coast heavily populated by minority Islamic Alawite, which the post-Syrian President Assad hate. So yeah, this must stuff. We have this one. Let's see here. Al Qaeda linked rebels Syria say they love Israel. They give billions. They love Israel. That's why. So security advisor Jack Sullivan, he admitted in 2012, Al Qaeda is our side in Syria. So these guys, like they are actually America's guys in Syria. This is advisor Jake Sullivan. He said that one. So this is you can check this one. Al Qaeda link. So this is Al Qaeda is America's boys in Syria. So yeah, so these guys, like I said, they are not alone, and have a lot of support. So here we have another one. Chaos in Syria escalates. Breaking Islamists massacre Christians in Syria. This is one day. It's yesterday. So this is Israel news. Syrian new regime is slaughtering Alawites, Druze, Christians, Jewish press. You see. So yeah, this is the guy. So this is you see here the Nazi, the flag. This is of course THS. Hi, HTS. Sorry, HTS. You see the T and the S above it. The H supposed to be like you see here H and T and S above it. HTS Hayat Harish. And this is see the Nazi swastika. You just put a line here in the middle and a line here. Remember Elon Musk? He made the Sighai, and this guy also, yeah. So lead security force belong to New Islamic Ahmad Ashara Al Julani, head of Tahrir al Sham terror, slaughtered hundreds of civilians. So yeah, these guys are. Talked about radical Islam and stuff like that. So yeah, it's very sad. I don't know how we're gonna spin this one, but we're gonna have meetings in the United Nations uh, by America and Russia to discuss this urgent problem. So yeah, I'm gonna show you the pictures and we finish. I don't want to make this long, but of course, all I'm saying it's very hard to get news from Syria inside Syria because I don't believe they have a free press and they don't have don't have television in Syria. They don't have like state television and many channels, and they have any channel at all. I don't think they have a TV broadcast in Syria, and also the news. You're not allowed to write stuff that is not accorded resonate with what the government is saying. If you say anything else, you get yeah. So I believe it's very hard too. So this is the guy. You look at his eye. There's something wrong. One eye is open. One eye is shut down. And here, if you look at these pictures I showed you before, these ones. See here, one eye is. He has no eye. One eye shut down. So he has this. We have these pictures I showed you before. This guy here. This is the same guy here. This is the this guy. This guy. You see this guy here. This is the one. You see. This is the Israeli guy who started the Zionism. He is dead now. See, this is not the same guy. This guy he lived in 19th century. He's dead now. He's called Theodore Herzl. And this guy is called Al-Julani. So this guy um, look very much like the other guy. This one I was showing. You see this one and this one. This is Syria. This is Jewish. This is the same guy actually in appearance. In appearance, same guy. This is Al-Julani here. And this is the Al-Julani look-alike. He lived in 18th century. It's called Theodore Herzl. Very, very look-alike. This guy. See this guy here. So reincarnation, maybe I don't know about that, but this guy was promoting Greater Israel, and this guy is implementing Greater Israel. Sorry, Greater Syria. So this is a contrast, but of course it is a confrontation. But we know that they're gonna divide. We're gonna use. They're gonna divide in Syria. They're gonna bring the Russians back, and they're gonna say, "Oh, we need to have some Russians to balance out with the Americans." But of course, it's about the division also in Ukraine. Talked about this one before. So we have in Arabic literature uh, who describes the Dajjal. Dajjal is the equivalent to the Antichrist. And here, this is Al-Masih al-Dajjal. Al-Masih means Christ, Jesus. So Antichrist. Al-Mashiach we have in Judaism. Also, Mashiach is supposed to be a Jew. So he actually described as blind in right eye. His left eye will be green. Anyways, the blind in right eye, this guy was not blind in right eye, was he? No, this is blind in left eye. Anyways, so if you go back to this guy, see there? The hadith of Sahih Muhammad, Muslim 747, 7407 says that the Dajjal is blind in the right eye. But the hadith of Sahih Muslim 2934 says the Dajjal is blind in the left eye. See? Anyways, I don't know something about the eye anyway, like this. So, like this. Talked about Saturn also have one eye, but if you see here, Al-Julani, Al-Julani, green eyes. You see here. green eye. She had green eyes. I don't know. Maybe not. Anyways, this is a description of the Dajjal. And, so yeah, we go to the picture. So we have any connection with Syria? So I think about here Al Dajjal. So yes, this is here where you find the stuff. Actually, it's very interesting. Islamic State, the Beg, the Mahdi, and the end times. So this is a small town in northern Syria, and this is a prophecy about Armageddon in the Islamic. Khalifa Sulman ibn Abd al-Malik was buried in 717. So Islamic State ISIL magazine, Dabe. This is the area where the city was supposed to be Armageddon for the Muslims. And you'll be fighting between Muslim and Christians. That's why I said they need to bring in Russia, because these guys, Al-Julani, is, we read about the connection to the American administration and the CIA and the money. But of course, this is we continue. Muslims don't necessarily all agree on the exact orders of the events, but one of the most uh, important of these signs will be the appearance of a man, Al Mahdi, the signs of Prophet Muhammad. He will lead a force, establish himself in Medina. We read that this guy is was born in Medina. Was it true? I don't know if he was no born in Medina. This is Saudi Arabia we're talking about. Riyadh. This is Saudi Arabia. Anyways, maybe very near. Continue. You lead the force, Central Asia. Christian force will invade Syria. This is the Russians from Turkey. The Mahdi will move his forces to meet defeated Dabek. So they're gonna meet the Russians. They're gonna meet the Russians, and but the Russians they withdrew the forces, so they don't have this prophecy being fulfilled. The Mahdi will move his forces up to meet with Dabek al-Amak and go to the conquer Constantinople, Turkey. So they will be followed by appearance of Antichrist. Referred to the Dajjal, who is leading an army from the east to drive the Mahdi back and establish his control over most of the world. Many Muslims take refuge in Jerusalem, and his forces will lay siege to it. At this point, Jesus will descend from heaven. Great mosque in Damascus, you see here, people. Everything in Syria, and the Mahdi will join forces and defeat the Antichrist. It's often said that Jesus will actually kill him. Huge Gog and Magog break out from behind the rampart. We read at this one in the Old Testament prophecy that these are guys, Gog and Magog are the Russians. Hmm, that's- Gog and Magog are the Russians, actually. So will Russia soon fulfill the prophecy of Gog and Magog? Magog and Rosh likely a same period of southern Russia. See, people, this is all connected. A Polish citizen whose wife is from Ukraine, city of Donetsk, Donetsk, Donetsk. I have unique perspective on the Russian-Ukrainian war. I see panic in Poland. Russian troops enter Ukraine. Poland will be invaded. So Israel relationship with these warring nations, the start of Israel creation, state were aided by Soviets. In 47, in United Nations. Joseph Stalin adopted a pro-Zionist foreign policy. We talked about America turning to be a communist state and Russia becoming a capitalist, like the pole shift, the shift. So Stalin, he was pro-Zionist policy maker. I was convinced that the new nation will be socialist. So he wanted to reduce British influence in the Middle East. United States first recognized Israel. The Soviet were the first nation to extend the recognition to the new established Jewish state. They switched to support the Arabs after the Suez canals in Egypt. The Russians, the Soviet, but before that they were supporting Israel. The prophecy, prophetic perspective. The Gog, SQL 38, is Magog, Mashesh, and Tubal, the sons of Yafet. Southern Russia, you see, Ukraine. These are Gog and Magog. They will go back to the Syria, Israel, and they were there, Russians. They withdrew forces recently. They have bases in Syria, and they are taking out troops because the Jews, Israelis, and the Muslims believe they will have their Armageddon in Syria or in the Holy Land. Actually, Syria is the Holy Land because Jesus Christ was there. So there will be Armageddon for the Muslims and for the Jews, of course, the Christians as well. They have this in Revelation. So, 2015, Russia launched a military intervention in Syria, a request by President Assad, allowing Russia to play. And the war in Ukraine, invasion in February 2022. It is unknown if Russia and Ukraine conflict will lead to the giant attack on Israel from the land of Rosh. But we know that God is regathering his people. Ask Israel. Ask 37. So yeah, they want to meet Russians. See here, the Israelis. This is their prophecy. We may imagine giant armies from Russia, Iran, Turkey, many Arab nations. But Israel assures of victory. It is the God of Israel. He will destroy his enemies. So yeah. So here we go to the Muslims. We go back to this Islamic State. So we read about the Jewish prophecy in the Armageddon battle, Gog and Magog. And we went there because we were reading here about the Gog and Magog as well in the Muslims prophecy. From behind, Allah will depose them. Who depose the Russians, of course, the Gog and Magog. So now we understand why this Al Julani is liked in Europe and stuff because he will fight the Russians according to the prophecy. The day of judgment will follow. So now you understand when the Muslims they fight the Russians, the day of judgment will follow. They go to judgment day directly, or it means that even they go to heaven or to hell, but they want a judgment, they want a solution, they want a resolution, they want. Some people they are fed up. They want, yeah, they need to. They don't want to live. They want to, yeah, check what happened when they die, and if they believe they have some kind of belief. They believe they have been good, and they believe you will go to heaven if Allah allows. But of course, it's Allah who decides. But if they believe they are fighting jihad against the Russians, they will go to heaven. God will take them. Allah will take them to heaven. And the same for the Jews, I can believe. So that's why you see when Russia took out the troops, these guys got some kind of frustration and they said we need to have some uh, prepare some kind of army, and anybody is fighting the Russians is welcome. Because now the Americans they dropped this fight and the Europeans are alone. So they need this guy actually to fight the Russians. At least he hate the Russians, and this is the one guy they need, a Muslim guy who hate the Russians more than the Jews. And this is obviously he want now against the Assad people because they claim they are sponsored by Russia and Iran and stuff, and they said they gonna take out all these guys, and but they don't want to go and kill these guys. They want to meet the Russians, but the Russians weren't there. Now Turkey must try to get the Russians back by uh, betraying and not before gathering the troops. So in order to gather the troops in that area, somebody will maybe America and Russia. They say somebody need to put troops. So the battle of Armageddon is very near. Actually, if it is allowed to put troops in Syria, I mean, to protect these minorities, and this is talked about Israel. Uh, said will help the Druze in South Syria. That means they will put troops to protect South Syria from ISIS. Al Julani. So that you have Israel putting troops in Syria to protect areas outside the reach. We have the Alawites who have been killed, not many hundreds last weekend, and the Shiites. They have this protection from Iran. It was cut off. They don't have any protection. They are escaping to Lebanon. And we have the Christians as well, I believe, escaping to Lebanon. We have the Kurds. They are protected by America. Yeah, Syria meltdown. So here, uh, inspiration for many Muslims traveled from all around the world to fight in Syria. I believe a movement engaged in as ash- astrological conflict predicted in Muslim sources for more than 1,000 years. Islamic State, of course, Sunni movement, but many Shiite Muslims all believe in arrival of Al Mahdi and the battle of the Antichrist. Final Imam will kill the Antichrist. So yeah, they need the leaders to kill this guy, and they will call him the one who killed Al Julani. Uh, must be if they say Al Julani is Al Mahdi, so he will not be killed. Will join forces with Jesus Christ to kill the Antichrist. But we don't know the Antichrist. If the Antichrist is Dajjal, is Al Julani, we don't know this stuff. Wait to see. So this is enough politics and news. Let's watch Spaceship of King Anu, then we finish. So this is the picture with the eye. I thought the eye, something's wrong with the eye. I don't know. Anyways, this is from today. You see here, Spaceship of King Anu. I made it large. And this is also 16. This is 16 p.m. 4 p.m. Today. You see here the date up. And we have this is the morning star. And this is here Spaceship of King Anu. See how it went up. You see here it has something behind. So we're gonna move this one pictures. See this one people. I'm gonna move these pictures. I'm gonna finish because I thought I need to do other stuff. So very terrible what's happened in Syria, and we don't know the whole story, but some gangs went and mass slaughtered all these people. So yeah, the spaceship King Anu, the Most High, creator of all. That's God in the Sumerian religion. And Anu is the god who gave name to Uranus that is mentioned in the Holy Bible as the father of Jesus Christ. So this is the father of Jesus Christ and his spaceship. I know this talk not go well with money, but I'm laying evidence, and you can believe whatever. But of course, this is I understand this is hard some people to accept because of the brainwashing and stuff like that. But of course, truth will shine like the sun, and time is nigh. This is what I'm saying. Time is nigh. So yeah, you see here, spaceship of King Anu, and here you have it as well. So yeah, Al-Jilani, he did that. He went down and did the Christians, Alawite. He wanted to show the West he's a harsh guy, tough, tough guy, like Zelensky. But Zelensky, he did not achieve anything what this guy Al-Julani. So they are dropping mainly Al Zelensky, taking Al-Julani as a hero. They need to have a hero, but the hero will fight the Russians and conquer. But Zelensky, he lost that title. He lost the war with Russia because President Trump he humiliated him and he lost his image. Actually, not many people they believe he would reappear as a hero. Now he will be like reduced by President Trump in the White House, and you need to put some yeah, you need to put some efforts in his campaign to liberate Ukraine, but it feels more like very hard to achieve. The Russians are not losing in Ukraine. So Al-Julani, maybe he changed. How gonna do that? His Russians are not there, but maybe he can like force the Russians to come back. Start speculating here, and then you're gonna beat them up. But you need to fool them to make to make them friends, to be friends with the Russians, and then fool them. But maybe that's why what happened weekend, all these people killed to bring Russia or Israel in the region more, so they can clash the two Russians and the Israelis to fulfill the prophecy in the Old Testament Bible about Gog and Magog, and the Muslims prophecy about the Russians in fighting the Muslims in that in the end days to bring forth the judgment. So this is basically on here, and you see here, and here, up, 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 and here, this one, and here. Check this one. This one is the best one. I need to put this one as so yeah. I took print screen, and this one here, and this one here. You see, people are celebrating some kind of festival and spaceship of King Anu. God Anu is in the sky. See how it's doing. So yeah, when it is very very dark outside, know that morning is coming. Talk about the morning star all the time. The star will lit up the whole cosmos. The second sun, that's not judgment. That's the beginning of the end of the evil that is on earth because of the killing and the bloodshed. Spaceship of King Anu, the Most High. In today, picture from today in Switzerland. You see this one. See what's how doing, giving some kind of light beneath. This one as well. See here, they are having some fireworks. As maybe somebody looking at the sky but filming, but I doubt that. These guys are mingling. They don't look around. They look at each other, or they look at the phones, watching my channel, of course. So yeah, we see here that this is something else. You see, it's something else, not a regular airplane. This is an UFO. You see the stuff, people. UFO spaceship that can change shape and stay in one position in Earth and even vanish in thin air. Seen all this stuff on live many times. Check this stuff. So yeah. So that's all, people. Hope you enjoy this one. Very sad for what happened in Syria, but of course they're doing this for to have the even they are waiting on. They want to create World War III Armageddon. So they want to have God coming down to to stop the stuff. Like they knew stuff is going and the bloodshed. Maybe God will come and help us, save us. But we need to believe that this stuff will finish. One day we will have peace and love and peace, and everybody will be happy. So this is what we are waiting for, and we believe in. Blessings.